and welcome to this video, all you lovely people. I hope you are all having an absolutely fantastic day. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to comment, please do. If you want to share it, share away. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be fantastic because it helps with future videos. Okay, let's get on with this tutorial. Welcome to this introduction to BGP, or Border Gateway Protocol, to give it its full name. So in this video, we're going to take you through the basics of BGP and its critical role in the global internet infrastructure. Now, this is a very basic introduction, okay, for complete beginners. We'll obviously go into each section of BGP as we go along, and we'll give all the correct examples and configurations that are required. So let's dive in at the moment and explore how BGP works and why it's essential for the smooth functioning of the internet. So BGP, well, it's the internet's routing backbone. So in this brief tutorial, we're going to explore the following, okay? What is BGP? What is Border Gateway Protocol? And why is it so important? Why is BGP so important? And how BGP works with a couple of very, very simple examples. We'll start with what is BGP, what is Border Gateway Protocol? Okay, well, as we stated in the previous slide, it's the internet's routing system. Now, just in case you're not sure what that means, we'll do quite a good explanation here for people that aren't even technical should be able to understand this. So we can think of a routing system almost like getting in your car and driving somewhere new, somewhere you've never been. And imagine you don't have GPS either. So you don't really know the directions to take. You can have a look at the end or your destination point on a map, and you can say, well, at the end of this road, I turn right. So now as you're going along to that destination, just think to yourself that every junction you come to is a router. So you're a piece of data in your car. You get to a router or you get to a roundabout or a junction, and you can call it a router. And there'll be signposts telling you where you need to go for the next hop towards your destination. In other words, the next roundabout, the next town, whatever you want it to be. So those road signs, in effect, can be a routing table telling the data where to go, which road to take. In other words, which route to help you get to your destination. And that's how the internet's routing system kind of functions. In fact, that's how any routing system functions. It connects autonomous systems. What are autonomous systems? Well, autonomous systems are, in simplistic form, as we say here, individual networks that are linked together to form the internet. So in other words, ISPs, if you like, one ISP, for example, could own one autonomous system and would connect to another ISP that owns another autonomous system that again would connect to another ISP, etc., etc. And that forms a very simplistic view of the internet itself. Now, the above explanation is, as I've stated here, very high-level descriptions of BGP. As we go through the tutorial for BGP, later lessons, we'll delve deeper into each section of BGP so that you have a deeper understanding of the subject matter. So why is BGP so important? Well, it enables those networks to communicate with each other. It ensures traffic takes efficient paths. We've already stated that by using the car analogy. And it provides scalability to support billions of devices globally. So how does BGP itself work? Okay, well, let's use a very simple overview here. So routers exchange path information via BGP. Decisions are made based on policies, not necessarily the shortest paths. And here's a couple of key factors that can influence decisions. There are more key factors than this, but this is just, remember, an introduction of kind of how BGP works within the internet environment. So we have an AS path, we have local preferences, and we have ISP agreements. This is a simple example of a BGP path selection. Now, before I get absolutely slaughtered by the expert network engineers, remember this is just a basic example. We're going to go into a lot more in-depth examples as we go through the BGP course. So let's say that data needs to move from AS1 to AS3. There's two paths shown in the diagram. Path A, fewer hops but higher cost. Path B, more hops but lower cost. Now, BGP in this case is going to choose path B based on network policies, and this is the critical point. Network policies. As I've stated, this is just an example of how BGP could choose a particular path, but that is all going to be based on how you configure BGP. And as I've stated, we'll be going through all this as we work through the tutorial for BGP in the playlist. So here are a couple of challenges that we can face in BGP. And again, we'll look at how we can try and minimize these challenges when we do configurations. So BGP could be vulnerable to route leaks and hijacks. Scalability with the growth of the internet, with the speed that the internet is growing in the Internet of Things, there is that possibility of scalability. And convergence delays during outages. Convergence is when something changes within the routing tables, and a convergence has to be sent out to all routers around the internet, or at least downstream from wherever that particular change has occurred. But again, we'll go into this in a lot more detail later on in the course. As I've said, it was just a very, very quick introduction. So I want to thank you all very, very much for watching this starter tutorial or this introduction to BGP. It'd be fantastic if you'd like to subscribe to our channel. Like I've said, it certainly will help with the future endeavours. Please feel free to leave comments again or any questions below. And stay tuned for more videos in this Learn BGP playlist. It will get much more in depth as we go through the course.